Hello, good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. That's right, it is Tuesday, December 20th, and I'm coming to you from a very cold Minnesota. So if you're new here, my name is Tanya. I don't introduce myself very often on this Vlogmas, but my name is Tanya, and my family and I run Firefly Berries, which is a fruit farm in southeast Minnesota. We grow primarily strawberries, Concord grapes. We grow some raspberries, some blackberries, a few other small fruits that we turn into jam and things like that. And then I dye yarns naturally with the plants that we grow on our farm, and that is my Berry Fun Yarns line of yarn. So today it is Tuesday, and though my husband is supposed to have off of work for the rest of the year, there was an issue. He is a computer engineer, and there was an issue at work, and he needed to be called in, and so he is not working consistently, but he has to check in every once in a while. So I am sneaking in here in the office to have a quick chat because the lighting is pretty decent before he has to pop onto a phone call at 2 o'clock in a couple hours. But we have had a busy morning. We did not do school like regular homeschool, but we did some baking today. Yesterday we studied, I think I came to you in the morning, and I told you we were gonna learn about, we do Christmas around the world. We were gonna learn about Italy. And we did learn about Italy, and we did a little art project. However, the time got away from us because my husband and I needed to go in and do some grocery shopping. And then in the afternoon, evening, we volunteered at something called Community Food Response, which is a local nonprofit organization that works with like restaurants, hospitals, nursing homes, grocery stores to collect food that would otherwise go unused. So usually it's things that are expired or they make too much at a restaurant that they'd throw out. And then it goes to a central location where they basically create meals for families to take. So basically what we did, we were the distributors yesterday. We went in and they had bags ready for like families of 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever number, and then it's a drive up thing. It used to not be, but since COVID it is. So people will drive up and they will say, I have 4 people in my family, and so we'll go in and we'll get a bag of 4 and we'll give it to them. So that's kind of what we did in the afternoon, evening. But then we came back and it was snowing again, and we had kind of a quick dinner and we watched a Christmas movie. But I didn't really come back and talk to you because I was feeling kind of, I don't know, sometimes the stress of the season is just a little too much. But anyway, I'm doing better today. So the point of that long story was that we didn't have time to bake our Italian recipes yesterday. So this morning we made 2 different cookies. One was a chocolate almond cookie of sorts. I will link the recipes below. And then the other one was just like a jam thumbprint kind of cookie that was gluten-free and vegan that I was making to bring to my nutrition and chiropractic office where I have an appointment this afternoon. So we did that, and then we got some dough ready right now. We got measured some things. We're going to make focaccia bread this afternoon with some chili, which isn't Italian, but that's what we were all hungry for. And we have fresh avocados, so we wanted to use those up. So we're going to have that for dinner tonight, because last night got too busy. We didn't get to have our chili. So anyway, that's a very long story to tell you what I was doing this morning. I was baking, and I think I took some video of my husband too. He put up some shelves for me. I got some new shelves for some of my plants downstairs. And then we grow a ton of onions. Okay, maybe not a ton, but like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of onions. I think this last year we grew way too many, but we store them. So we harvest them in like September, and they usually do pretty good until like December, January-ish. And so what my husband was doing is he starts to dice them all up, and we put them in the freezer, so then when I'm making a soup or something, I just pull them out of the freezer. They're already diced and ready to go. So he was doing that, and it reeked like onions in our first floor. I couldn't stand it. I had to come upstairs because it was making me cry so much. I do not know how he managed to do it as he did. But anyway, let's stop the chatter and I will get on with the yarny goodness of what is going on here. So let's do the Berry Fun Yarns Advent first. We are on day 20, and day 20 is called Southwest Desert. So this is a little different one. We're changing into the greens instead of blue. Go. And the message for today is about traditions. Traditions contribute to a sense of comfort and belonging, and they reinforce values you have as a person or a family. Do you have a tradition that you love to do year after year? Decorating gingerbread houses or making potato latkes. As a child, I always spent a whole Saturday in December with my grandma baking and decorating cookies. Whatever your tradition is, today is the day to jump on the tradition bandwagon. So maybe today isn't the day if you're like at work and you can't, but plan a day in the coming days to do something that is a tradition for you, or make a tradition. So, you know, for us, we like to bake cookies and things. As a kid, I did that with my grandma, and that was so much fun. But, you know, with my husband being off, we kind of make this last week before Christmas sort of our bake goodies together and try new recipes kind of thing. So yeah, traditions. And our Lavender Loon Advent, we've got 2 more days. So I'm actually on day 19. So I have day 20. I have 1 more mini after this, and then I have a big skein. Ooh, today is like solidly purple. It is called Luna. Very pretty. Very pretty. This is probably going to be the blanket that I want to work on most during the blanket binge week. But I will have to try and spread out the love a little bit. Which, by the way, speaking of blankets, my Granny Stripe Advent that I told you yesterday I was going to try to keep up with, I had to stop because sometimes my elbow, the inner part of my elbow, I don't know, maybe it's probably the way I hold my crochet hook, but if I crochet too much, it really starts to bother me. So I do see a chiropractor, and I am due to go in for an adjustment. So I'm hoping, I know that my shoulder and things are a little off on that side. So I'm hoping if she adjusts my ribs and shoulder in that area, my elbow today, because she does usually do my elbow and wrists and things, that it will feel better. But I decided to take a little break. Knitting just doesn't do that. It's a different motion, I think, with my arm. So yeah, so I moved on to, I'm going to show you one project before I step away and do some other things, get some lunch. But I did decide, I worked on some fingerless mittens yesterday. I think I showed you. They're purple. And I did not do any more slippers. I was taking a break from the slippers. But I pulled out my little Christmas bag that I got from Rick at Whimsy Stitches, which has my Christmas socks in. So these I started as to be a part of the Sockmas Make Along with Nitty Natty, but of course I didn't finish them by the 16th when they were supposed to be finished. But here you go, you can see them. So this is the Gingerbread House colorway by Jude from Stranded Dye Works of Scotland. And then the brown is Truffle Shuffle, I believe, from Lavender Loon. So yeah, so I just started my heel flap last night. Planning on working on these again today. Now I'm doing kind of my own made up broken rib pattern there, you can kind of see. Okay, I think that's all I have to share with you this morning. I'm going to try to come to you again later to chat a little bit, but sometimes it doesn't happen and then I just give you videos, so hopefully you enjoy that too. But I hope you're having a good Tuesday, and I will talk to you later. Bye everyone.